Ladies and gentlemen, it finally happened. Skipping leg day to do bench press. I even made videos about this on YouTube Shorts before in the past. The number one mistake people make when training legs that you must avoid is training chest. You come in there to do legs, leg press, squat, whatever, and then somehow find yourself on a bench press, effectively skipping leg day and doing bench. And for me, it was because the bench presses were wide open. I had never seen 3 bench presses in a row wide open like this. You see this. I mean, this never happens, and I had to take advantage. I was intending on doing squat, which is over there in this direction where you see the arrow pointing. However, the bench press is to the left, as you can see. Not one person on them. So I had to do it. Had to jump on it while it was available. Anyway, this is a day where I maxed out on bench press. I had to test my strength out, which is something that you're going to need to do when you're trying to get bigger. Not necessarily maxing out, but lifting heavy. As you can see on a video that I recorded previously, which was basically last month, January, I weighed in at 183 pounds, which was a new step for me because I had been stuck in the 170s forever, and then eventually reached 180, 183 right there. Now I weigh in at 184 pounds in February, the start of February, so little by little, gaining weight. And going heavy on your compound lifts, especially like bench press, is going to be part of what helps you get bigger. And when you're doing a max out or you're trying to test your strength, you don't want to spend too many reps or sets on the warm-up. So I've done 4 sets, or at least I'm doing 4 sets, with that being my second one, before I actually get to the max out. This is going to be my 3rd set, part of the warm-up before I get to my max with bench press. And last time I was able to get 275, which is 2 plates and a quarter, and a 25 plate on each side. So now I'm going for what I thought would be a new max for me, 285, 2 plates, a 25 and a 5 on each side, because I thought this would be all that I'll be able to do. I thought this was going to be all I'll be able to handle. So 10 pounds higher than my previous max before of 275. But instead it turned out to be way easier than I thought, so I had to go for a second max to go up another 10 pounds for 295. Yes, sir. That's it right there. My forearm used to be tighter than that, and I want to get it back. I want to work on that again so I don't use too much back. So I'm not arching too much like I did in this one. As you can see here, but new max required. And when you get stronger, you get bigger, especially if you're naturally skinny like I am. If you're a naturally thin frame person, compound lifts, heavy compound lifts are going to be one of the keys to gaining weight and growing a lot of muscle. I swear my chest doesn't really get bigger until I focus on, serious bench press. So as for like chest exercises that isolate the chest muscles, of course they're going to train the pectorials, the pec muscles. But the thing about bench press is the reason why it's effective at building muscle is because, one, the most obvious one, it's a compound movement, meaning it targets multiple muscles at the same time, chest, triceps, and shoulders. And when you can activate more muscles in one workout, that basically makes your body signal more muscle activation, more muscle growth. And then 2 is because it's a high intensity loading, progressive overload type of workout. Because it's a stable compound lift, you can lift heavier weights. You can lift heavier weights with bench press than you can with most other chest exercises, which is crucial, of course, for building mass. You can consistently increase the weight over time, so this is something that you'll be able to do a lot more effectively on bench press than other exercises for chest. And as for the hormonal response, it's a big 3 compound lift, and it triggers a strong hormonal response, releasing testosterone, the growth hormone, which are, of course, essential for muscle protein synthesis and muscle growth. But this isn't after, like, the first bench exercise, a bench session that you do. Your testosterone is not going to skyrocket after day 1 of your bench press. This is when you do the compound lifts, and in this case bench press, consistently over the long term. That's when your natural resting testosterone levels become more elevated than they were before you concentrated on compound lifts. That's why they say that's why one of the tips to increase your testosterone is physical activity and working out. It's all the same concept. And to further enhance testosterone production, the compound lifts are going to be at the top of that list. Then, of course, to get a strong bench press, you have to have an equally intense workout for the accessory muscles for bench press, which are going to be triceps and shoulders.